In this double replacement reaction, we're going to be able to get a qualitative observation that's going to confirm what our limiting reactant is. So I've measured out solid sodium carbonate. I've got about 1 gram, 1.04, and then I'm going to dissolve this in 50 milliliters of distilled water, just like we did in our previous lab, to make sure that this is going to actually react. So I'm going to put a little bit of water into my weigh boat to get out any other solid particles, and then stir this in order to dissolve it. Okay. It is going to take a little bit of time to dissolve. Okay, as I'm stirring this, we can talk about what else I have out here already, which is 10 milliliters of 0.5 molar copper 2 chloride solution. What's your observation on the copper 2 chloride? It's blue. Yep, that's what we're looking for, blue liquid. Okay. And then my solid powder for the sodium carbonate was white. I'm getting most of my particles. What do you see about this solution here in my beaker? It's a little cloudy, but it's mostly clear. Okay, so what I'm going to do is react these two things together. And what do we get? Yeah. What can you see in there? There's particulates. Yeah, so we can see here that it's definitely solid. You can see around that there's going to be particulates. So actually, as we see this right now, without me having stirred it, you can see the solid particles at the top, and then we've also got this liquid down here at the bottom. So I'm going to stir this together. It's not bubbling. There are little bubbles on the top right now, but that's just because I'm stirring it up. Okay. So, whoops. Got a little bit that splashed out. So part of the reason why I'm demoing this is because it takes a very, very long time to filter. I've measured out a filter paper, but I am going to go ahead and filter at least some of this so that we can see this qualitative observation. I'm not going to overfill my filter paper, so I'll pull my flask up a little closer so that we can see down in there what's happening to that liquid underneath. It's clear. What did you determine with the calculation? Whoops. What did you determine with the calculation was the limiting reactant? The copper 2 chloride, which was blue, right? We then determined our solid product was the copper 2 carbonate, which we can see here is blue. Kind of looks like blue slime, I think. Okay. But then this is our signal here that the sodium carbonate is definitely the excess, and we know the sodium chloride is in there as well. Because if the copper 2 chloride was the excess reactant, this liquid here, it's called the filtrate, okay, that comes through into the flask would be what color? If it was the copper 2 chloride, it'd be blue, right? So like I said, this takes forever. Look, there's still so little there. So what I have here is my product from my reaction I did a couple days ago. Once this dries out, you're gonna get this nice blue solid. It does look like blue chalk, okay, because of the copper that's in there. And then we can mask that product. Okay, I got those data points that we've got on the board, and you can use that to find your % yield.